beautiful people, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Neze. I'm so glad to finally be here filming this video because I've wanted to do YouTube for quite a while and I just keep psyching myself out of it. So in order for me to get started, I asked the people on my Instagram to send me questions that they would like to know. So it's going to be like a get to know me tag where I answer the questions that was asked on my Instagram. So I'm going to jump right in. So the first question is, why YouTube? Why YouTube? Why now? I've wanted to do YouTube for a while, like I said earlier, and I keep psyching myself out of it. My reasons being, I had two main reasons. The first one is that I was worried about looking stupid. So aka caring about what people think about me or how I'm perceived. And that kept me back because I just didn't want to do something that would appear like, for example, when you're watching people do things like this, it's always cringe-worthy. You're like, oh my god, what are they doing? So I didn't want that to be me. So that kind of held me back. But I got to a point in my life where I was like, I would rather try and fail than not try at all. So the fear of not trying was now bigger than the fear of trying and failing and looking stupid. And as you get older, you start to worry less about what people think about you. You grow into your own person. So I want to say I'm at that point where I'm able to say, like, I don't care. Like, I'm doing what feels right to me, and that's it. The second reason is that growth is always very painful and unpredictable, especially platforms like this. So you hear people say that they've been here for 10 years, they've been here for 5 years, they've been here for 6 months, for 1 year, and they've not been able to get the right amount of subscribers or views or even get monetized or anything like that. So that held me back because I was like, oh God, how long will I have to do this to get to that point? But then I'm at this point in my life where I'm ready to trust the process. So I trust the process. It takes however it takes. It's a slow burn. I'm okay with that. I'm okay to take my time and build and just, consistently bring out content and just, go with the flow. So I guess I got to my go with the flow age. So that's why YouTube. The second question is, how do you navigate motherhood, work, and your love life? Motherhood. I don't think there's any navigating motherhood. Like, motherhood is something that you can only truly understand when you experience it. So, being a mom is like having 20 tabs, 40 tabs in your head open at the same time. Like you constantly have a running list in your head all the time. So navigating that and working full time as a lawyer and my love life, the younger me will be like, I'm really great at putting things in compartments, but there's no such thing as that in this part of my life where I am now. This part of my life where I am now, I really have to do the best I can where I can. So for example, when I'm at work, I give it my best. I try as much as I can to focus and work and put in my very best time, my very best effort while I'm there. When I come home, I try my best to be a present mom, to laugh with them, to play with them, to teach them, to cook for them, and just do the best that I can. And in my love life, me and my spouse know that we are each other's priority. So we always check ourselves, like it could be just a hug, how you feeling, how you doing, and or can we go out today just to spend time with each other without the kids. But the thing about spending time with each other without the kids is that the more children you have, the harder it is for you to find care for them when you're going out for a date or something. But we try our best. It doesn't have to be elaborate. Sometimes we just take a drive or do whatever we can to keep the spark going. It's very important to keep the spark going. So the third question is, what is your dream job? My dream job, I should have prepared more. But my dream job really is, does anyone dream of working? I don't know. I don't dream of working. But if of course, in the ideal world, you have to do something for work. So my dream job would be something that pays me a lot of money, and gives me time makes my time flexible enough for me to be present in my children's life as much as I can, and also work less. So work less and get paid more. So if I could work 4 days a week, and they're paid a lot of money, that's my ideal job. It's all about, what it is. It is what it is. So I have a lot of questions really, but I'm not going to take all of it because I don't want this video to be too long. So I'm just going to take, what's your favorite meal to cook? So my favorite meal to cook is not my favorite meal to eat. My favorite meal to cook is jollof rice because I really do make very good jollof rice. So I'm Nigerian and jollof is our main dish. So I make a mean pot of jollof. So I like to cook it, but I don't necessarily like to eat it as much. But that's my favorite meal to make, or not my favorite meal to eat. What's your favorite thing about yourself? I really do like myself a lot, and I recommend it. I highly recommend self-love. Like it will take you very far in your mental health. So I recommend self-love. So I love myself a lot. But I think my favorite thing about myself would be how content I am. Like I'm content but not complacent. So I'm content at every point in my life. I never really look at somebody and wish to have what they have. I could admire it, but I'll never really say like, oh my God, I want that. Because anywhere I find myself in my life, I'm always like really grateful to be here and really grateful to be at that point. So I don't compare myself with others. So I'm a very content person. So that means that gives me a lot of joy in my life because I'm not constantly, worried about why is this person's grass greener than my own. No, I'm focused on my grass all the time. So that's my favorite part about myself because it gives me a lot of peace of mind and it helps me with my mental health. So while I work hard towards achieving my goals, I'm not like sitting down there and saying, oh my God, Jane has this or John has that. No, I don't care about what Jane and John have. I care about what I have and how I can get myself to the next level of my life, to the next phase, to where I need to be. That's really all I'm focused on. And I love that a lot. Last question is, how did you build your relationship with your stepson, Zach? Your relationship is something I truly admire. And what advice will you give someone in a similar circumstance? Oh, well, first of all, thank you so much for admiring our relationship. I got this question from about 4 people, so it's clearly something that people want to know about. I may make a video about this in the future, but right now, the short form answer is, if you love someone, if you genuinely love someone, it's very easy to love their offspring. That's something that came from them, it's their flesh and blood. So, marrying my husband, I knew he had a child, and loving the child came easy. I love my husband, I love something that came from him. And I've been in my son's life since he was 4 and he's going to be 11 this month. So that's years of building that consistent love and trust. Children are very smart. They respond to love. They know who's genuinely in their corner. They know who's faking it. They could tell. And when you're genuinely there for a child and they know that they can count on you month after month, year after year, of course they're going to love you back. It only takes time. So if you're in this similar, this is your circumstance, it's a great one. You just gain the child without having to go through the hassle of carrying a pregnancy and birthing a child. You just gain the full human being. So it's in your hands literally, especially if the child is really young. It's in your hands to mold that relationship. Keep loving the child. Let them know that they can count on you, and let them know that you will literally do anything for them. So it just takes time. Just keep loving, keep an open mind, and everything will work out right. The next one would be, do you ever feel unproductive and how do you deal with it? I am a procrastinator. When I mean I can procrastinate, I mean that's one of my very, very horrible traits. So, do I feel unproductive? Of course I do, because I procrastinate. So I want to do something, and instead of me to just get it done, I'm sitting down there and doing other smaller things instead of getting to the main thing. So I've struggled with procrastination for most of my life, and I think I'm getting to the place in my life where I have a better hang of it. So I'm handling it better. I'm doing, like, I have a running list, like to-do list on my phone. I also write things down a lot. So I try to hit my goals as much as I can. So how do I handle feeling unproductive? When I feel unproductive, I ask myself, why am I feeling unproductive? And most times it's because I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. Like, I'm not getting to, like, I have things to do on my to-do list and I'm not just getting to them. So when I feel that way, I deal with feeling unproductive by doing. So I get to do those things that I should have done in order for me to feel more productive. So for example, if I had to sort my kids' dresser, or instead of just sitting down and not doing it, I'm feeling unproductive, I just go and do it, as much as I can. So me realizing that I deal with procrastination has helped me to recognize it when it comes. I'm like, no, stop, don't procrastinate, just go and do it. And most times it helps me. So that's how I deal with feeling unproductive. I just do what I'm supposed to do to feel productive. Uh, how will you give law content? Hmm. So I'm a lawyer, so law is all around me. But this channel is not a law channel. No. I do law as my day job. I don't want to do law as a hobby too. So it's not going to be a law channel. But once in a while, if there's anything that I feel like I should comment on, I will come and give my comment on it, like my opinion of what I think that is. But that will not replace you going to pay a lawyer or seek a consult with a lawyer for your own peculiar circumstance. So it wouldn't be me talking about law all the time, no. But once in a while, if something does come up, there will be law content, but it's not primarily a law channel. Sorry, this keeps locking. How long did you date your husband before marriage? Not for long. Not for long. They say when you know, you know. So he knew, and I knew. So that's it. We didn't date for too long. No. What advice will you give your younger self? Cool down, baby girl. Calm down. It will all work out. That's the advice I'll tell my younger self. I grew up worrying a lot about life and what this would be and what that would be. But as I get older, I realize that what will be will be. Like, as long as you're hardworking, you keep your hands clean, you don't offend people, at least not deliberately. Life will fall in pleasant places for you. Like, life has a way of taking care of itself. God has a way of taking care of his people. So my advice to my younger self would be, calm down, baby girl. You don't need to have it all figured out. Take it one step at a time, and that's it. And imagine all those years you spend worrying. What are you worried about, baby girl? Calm down. So that would be my advice to my younger self. The next question is, how do you handle conflict in your marriage? Conflict is impossible for people not to have conflict. Well, I wouldn't speak for everyone, but if you're a human being and you're living with another human being from a different background than you, even if it's from the same background, you're still going to have conflict. Even siblings who live in the same house, who were born and raised by the same parents, they have conflict. But how I handle conflict in my marriage is reminding myself that we are on the same team all the time. So it's not me versus him, it's always us. So me always realizing that I do not have to, say that you don't fight to win. Don't fight to win. Fight to, get your point across. Fight to have a better relationship, but don't fight to win. And try and withhold myself from saying mean things when we have conflict. I just always remember that this is my person, and I don't want to say things that I will not be able to take back. It's always a work in progress. I'm not perfect. My marriage is not perfect. No one's marriage is perfect. But I think that when two people realize that they're on the same team, it goes a long way to kind of take care of things and make sure that you're not, oversaying or over fighting. Really, people say don't go to bed angry. I go to bed angry. My husband, I don't like that advice, because I feel like you've not really given yourself time to process. So you're just superficially apologizing or superficially, saying stuff because you don't want to go to bed angry. Go to bed angry. Take your time to think about why you guys had a fight, and think about ways that you could make that circumstance or situation better, and then deal with it the next day, or whenever you're calm. But don't let it go for too long. Don't give it the chance. Okay, so my last question is, how do you make sure that you are in tune with your children and in all their activities? How do I make sure I'm in tune with my children? I think what you're trying to say is, how do I handle my children's activities? I don't know. But let me just answer that. Being in tune with my kids is very important to me. Like, I have 3 boys. One is 10, one is 5, one is 10 months old. So they are all at different phases in their lives where they need me differently. So I try to be there for them how they need me, So instead of I'm there for them the way that I'm needed. So the way my 10-year-old needs me is not the way my 5-year-old needs me. Neither is it the way my 10-month-old needs me. So I try to be there for them individually, just as they need me. So I think this is the last question I would take, because I don't want this to be too long. This is my first ever video, so I don't want it to go on for too long. Um, but really, thank you so much for being here. If you've not subscribed and this is your kind of content, or if you like my vibes, please subscribe. Subscribe. I want to build my own tribe, not just subscribe for subscribing sake, but just because you want to be here. So this is going to be like a lifestyle, self-development channel. I believe in enjoying where you are while working towards where you want to be. So really, that's the theme of my channel. So I'm going to share bits and pieces of my life. I'm going to do a bit of sit down videos where I just sit and talk to you guys. But really, that's what it is. So if you've not subscribed and this is your kind of space, please subscribe, like this video, and leave your comments. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate you guys. Mwah.